These are the stories topping the news. Traffic accident claims young life in Nevis. NRP's Roberto Hector says his campaign is heating up. Castries teachers getting in sync with new union executive, and a new ISIS video has been released. Good afternoon and welcome to ZIZ's Midday Newscast for Tuesday, January 20th, 2015. I am JD Keynes. Now for the news in detail. A traffic accident in Nevis yesterday has claimed the life of Vern Powell of Gingerland. According to reports, the accident occurred after 3 p.m. at Bath Plain. Sources state that Powell was traveling to work when he lost control of the car and crashed into a pole. He died on the scene. The police are currently investigating this incident. The Nevis Reformation Party's Honorable Roberto Hector says he is ready to represent the people of Nevis at the federal level. Hector, who will contest the Nevis 9 seat against the Concerned Citizens Movement's Honorable Mark Brantley, said he is pleased with the progress of his campaign.
Campaign is being going pretty okay. I've covered my entire constituency. The reception that I've received from the people is welcoming. It is life-giving, and it is the feeling of many constituents that the present representative has not delivered at all since he has been elected to office.
Hector maintains that Nevis is poorly represented at the federal level by the CCM's Honorable Mark Brantley and Honorable Vance Amory. He said Nevis deserves much better representation.
I am one who always believes that if you are elected at the federal level, the evidence of your work must be by what you've done. The two elected members that form the opposition, I cannot find within the greatest search their accomplishments. In fact, they've had a history of boycotting Parliament. When we have debates that I believe are important to the people of Nevis, they've absent themselves. So really, the contribution, I believe in a way, Nevisians have been cheated in terms of their representation by the two candidates from the CCM.
Minister responsible for the Seniors Division in the Ministry of Social Development, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, wished the oldest female centenarian on Nevis well as she showered birthday wishes on Celian Martin Powell at her 103rd birthday celebration yesterday, January 19th, 2015. The event was hosted by her family and held at the Flamboyant Nursing Home. During brief remarks at the celebration, Mrs. Brandy Williams said the birthday girl has lived a very accomplished life, which was evident in the success of those she had raised. At the end of her remarks, the minister presented a gift basket to Ms. Powell on behalf of the Ministry of Social Development. In response to the birthday wishes bestowed on her by those who attended the birthday celebration, Ms. Powell thanked God and all those who joined in making the occasion a momentous one. As the plan to install smart meters progresses, the St. Kitts Electricity Company, or SCELEC, is continuing its smart meter data collection audit. According to a release, SCELEC is in the process of collecting data from customers in the areas of St. Peter's, St. Paul's, and Newton Ground. SCELEC operatives will visit every customer between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. on weekdays to collect data and meter information. They are asking customers assistance by supplying accurate information and having a recent bill for the property. According to the statement, the process is designed to facilitate the smart meter installation process that will follow, and it takes approximately 5 to 10 minutes. SCELEC said if technicians are unable to meet with the resident, a call card will be left for a follow-up visit. Customers can call the number on the card and set up an appointment. We move now to news on the regional scene. The Castries branch of the St. Lucia Teachers Union is hosting a revival week under the theme Recommitment and Rededication. The Castries branch has organized the week of activities to get members in sync with the new branch executive's vision for the organization. DBS's Don Nicholas reports.
The week of activities by the Castries branch of the St. Lucia Teachers Union sought to revive the branch, which for some time, according to the treasurer, had been dormant. Part of the activities to mark the week are an ecumenical service, a shop steward workshop, and a Go Green initiative symbolizing growth.
We in Castries branch, as an executive, we have realized that our branch is a little dormant, so we have organized a Recommitment Rededication Week, which began yesterday with an ecumenical service at the Ave Maria Girls Primary School. And this week, Wednesday, we'll be having a shop stewards workshop. We know that every school has a shop steward, and it is for those teachers in the Castries branch. And on Friday, we'll be culminating the week with Wear Something Green Day. Every teacher at every school in the Castries branch is expected to wear something green on that day, and we culminate with a karaoke and games night at the RC Boys Primary School.
The basic idea is to revamp the Castries arm of the Teachers Union, making it alive and kicking. It sought to bring teachers together and make them more enthusiastic about participating in the activities. This week of activity will culminate with a karaoke night.
We have a jingle which we send on the different WhatsApp and the different forums that we use, so they would hear it. That would encourage them. We are hoping that they would be encouraged, so that when we have meetings and we have other activities, that they will be enthusiastic about coming out to the various activities. And we do not want SLTU to only be about teachers coming together for our salaries and so on, but for other things, our own personal development as teachers, releasing stress as teachers, just having fun together as teachers. As
the treasurer puts it, the week of activities hopes to transcend the image of teachers simply going on strike for more pay. For the DBS News World, I am Don Nicholas.
The government in the Bahamas is moving ahead to privatize Bahamas Air. Officials have revealed that the government's search for a strategic partner is part of its mission to ensure the reach of the airline and its ability to significantly contribute to boosting tourism. More in this report.
To date, successive governments have invested $750 million in Bahamas Air, yet the airline continues to operate with financial challenges. But this administration says it's determined to put an end to this massive revenue drain. Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, says finding a private sector company that will take on the airline is paramount because the airline simply has not had the reach it ought to have.
Bahamas Air needs a strategic partner. And we've been looking around the entire world and the globe for strong strategic partners to see whether, in fact, they would be able to have an interest in Bahamas Air. And we're very encouraged with the discussions we are having, because Bahamas Air must play a more dynamic role in delivering bodies to our country, having more seats coming into our country.
The Prime Minister says they've seen the benefits of other airlines through private-public sector partnerships and feel those models will prove successful for the national flag carrier.
When we look at Sunwing, this tour company, a subsidiary of the largest tour company in the world, TUI, and they are in Montreal, and we see what they're doing in Grand Bahama with their own 737s, then we know the time has come for Bahamas Air to be able to have more equipment, to be able to have newer equipment, and the best way to do that is to have a strategic partner. And so that's what we've been looking at.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister responsible for Bahamas Air, Philip Davis, reveals there is an urgency in finding that strategic partner to change the landscape of Bahamas Air.
I think it is important and urgent that we address the issues affecting Bahamas Air and airlift into the Bahamas. Now, the model it takes for us to achieve that is still being discussed with us. A strategic partner, it may be a new airline, it may be whatever the options are. We have to decide on one of them that will move Bahamas Air to the next level. We hope to do that in this term in office.
Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.
Internationally, Islamic State has released a video demanding $200 million from the Japanese government in exchange for the lives of 2 Japanese citizens. Julie Nossi reports.
Islamic State militants released a new video Tuesday purporting to show 2 Japanese citizens kneeling before a man clad in black. The message from their captor was to the Japanese public.
And to the Japanese public, just as how your government has made the foolish decision to pay $200 million to fight the Islamic State, you now have 72 hours to pressure your government in making a wise decision by paying the $200 million to save the lives of your citizens. Otherwise, this knife will become your nightmare.
Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, who's in Jerusalem on part of a multi-nation visit to the Middle East, urged IS to release the hostages unharmed.
It's an unacceptable act to threaten us in exchange of human lives, and I feel angry about it. I strongly urge them to immediately release the hostages without harming them.
During a visit to Cairo earlier this month, Abe pledged about $200 million in non-military assistance for countries battling Islamic State. The video resembled others distributed by the group in which captives were killed. It's the first video to specifically demand cash in exchange for captives.
The way you use your cell phone could be changing the way you look. Doctors say that smartphone users are at risk for tech neck, but there is relief. Certain procedures can tighten your neck muscles for around $700 to $1,000. Here's more in this report.
Diet and stress can all wreak havoc on your skin, but can looking down at your smartphone really cause premature aging?
Cell phones, laptops, tablets, anything that's electronic captures your attention and you have to bend your neck, you're just ruining the neck muscles.
It's being called tech neck, and dermatologist to the stars, Dr. Harold Lancer, says he sees it all the time.
Their main concern is, Doc, I have a droopy neck, and they're 23 years old.
Dr. Lancer says looking down for hours at a time can weaken your neck muscles and lead to saggy skin.
The overlying skin forms lines. They're like tree trunk rings.
Jennifer Gordon is 38 years old and is concerned her neck is showing signs of early aging.
We have iPads, mini iPads, laptops, and cell phones. Okay, so you're looking down a lot. Yes.
Dr. Lancer says prevention is key.
Keeping the neck skin out of the sun, keeping the skin well moisturized, and I tell people to sleep on their backs with a round pillow behind their neck so their head is always back.
But if too much tech already has your neck looking a little loose,
will it hurt?
This will not hurt.
Dr. Lancer says deep penetrating heat,
it's warming up,
can help firm the skin and even tighten neck muscles.
Oh my God, there's like no lines on my neck.
Right.
While we demoed it free of charge, it'll cost you a pretty penny, upwards of $700 to $1,000 per session. Or perhaps you could try this idea.
And maybe not look down so much.
And what you have to do is get, to hold your cell phone this way, your tablet this way.
So keep your chin up. Doctor's orders. For Good Morning America, Abby Boudreau, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And now for the weather. We are being told to expect showery weather until late Saturday night, although today's skies are partly sunny with temperatures reaching a high of 28 degrees. Winds are east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. The weather brings us to the end of ZIZ's Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for the developments to these stories and more. I have been your presenter, JD Canes. Have a great afternoon.